Hey, food family, it's the Oklahoma Food Dude, and welcome to our kitchen. I'm going to cook for you again tonight, and I got to thinking about what am I going to cook for my food family, and I came across the good old kitchen potato. But I thought I got to mix this up because I like things from all over the world. I'm very eclectic when it comes to mixing up spices and all the experiences that I've had in my lifetime. So tonight we're going to do something very unusual and end up with a sauce for these twice baked potatoes also. And on top of that, I'm going to mix it up with a vegetarian version and an Oklahoma beef version. You're going to be really confused when we get done. You're going to think that it's your grandma's potatoes fell in love with the spice merchant over yonder. I'm the Oklahoma Food Dude. Come right on back. Hey, we're back. And I've done a few things ahead of time while we were gone. I took the potatoes, I took three sort of large sized potatoes and poked a bunch of holes into them. And I microwaved them for about 10 minutes till that they're fork tender, where you can stick a knife into them and they're resistant. I then cut each one of those in half and put them into two separate bowls. So I got half the potatoes here, half the potatoes here. And then I took the onion that I cut up and I've sauteed it again with a little bit of the cumin, and we're going to mix about half and half. So we're going to take half those onions, put it in this side, and half over here in this side. And you got to know the reason I got two bowls going on. Vegetarians, I mean, if I was to even pass this spatula over beef and then put it in vegetarian, I'd be in serious trouble. So we really stay true to vegetarian here. Okay, so now we're going to start assembling the potatoes. We've got the two different bowls. We've got potatoes, and I've taken a potato masher and just sort of gone through them so they're not such big chunks, both in the vegetarian side and the beef side. Then we're going to take a half a pound, and I like a really fatty kind of hamburger or ground beef. So this is an 80-20 mix that we're going to mix right into the potatoes. We're also going to mix some spices. We like the cran raisin into it, and we're going to mix that right into there, about half of a cup of cran raisins. And we're going to mix all that up together. Doesn't have to be super mixed, but we're going to mix this together. Get that beef and that meat put together, which is pretty well together. And at this point, you could add any kind of herbs. You could add rosemary, you could add parsley, you could add cilantro even. But we're going to stay sort of purist tonight and not add any herbs to it. Okay, I have mixed up the vegetarian version just like I did the beef version. Same thing, Impossible Burger in this case, the potatoes, the cran raisins to that. And now it's time to spice these things up. And it's going to be sort of like spice gone wild. We're going to go Gram Marsala, just about a quarter to a half of a teaspoon. And again, this sort of comes and goes in what you believe tastes right to you. We're also going to pick up a little yellow curry and do the same thing with it. We're going to mix about a teaspoon of it into it. Then a little bit of cinnamon, because cinnamon's got that true Mediterranean kind of spice to it. Smells great. This is Vietnamese cinnamon, and we're going to add about a half of a tablespoon into it. And then we're going to come back to the cumin, just because I like cumin. Cumin's a great spice. It also is a great aromatic, so about a teaspoon of this we're going to add into it, both sides here. And then the last thing to bring a little bit of brightness back, I'm going to do a few shakes of lemon pepper just to help that lemon, dried lemon, help bring a little bit of spice. And again, about a half of a tablespoon of that. So we're going to add a little bit of salt to this, just about a half of a tablespoon of salt and a couple of good cranks of pepper. And if you'd like additional heat in this, you could add crushed red pepper to it to make it a little bit spicier because we're going to have that really cooling cucumber sauce for this when we get done. Again, we're going to stuff these things, and I'm going to really overfill these things because we want to use up most of the toppings that we made here, and there's going to be quite a bit. Just stuff these things really full. And now we're going to put them into individual baking dishes. And because we got a vegetarian on one side and beef on the other, we want to be sure to clearly define the difference in the two so that there is no mixing of beef juices or beef flavor. Again, all the vegetarians will appreciate that. But we're going to really overstuff these as they go in there too. They look identical at this point in time, so we're going to have to identify them. We'll always take, on the vegetarian side of it, we'll slice a couple of lemon slices and put them with that dish so it clearly identifies them. Then we're going to put it into an oven, 375 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. We need to check them with the temperature probe to see that they're registering about 160, 165 degrees in the middle of the potato. We'll be right back. Okay, so what would be twice baked potatoes on a Mediterranean cruise if we didn't come back and stop at Greece? So tonight, we're going to end up with a finishing sauce or a drizzle sauce or dipping sauce, however you want to use it. That is tzatziki sauce. And basically what I've done here is I've got a full cup of good Greek yogurt and some a cup of sour cream. And to that, I'm going to add, a good healthy pinch of salt. And I've taken 2 small petite cucumbers. I've grated them on a grater, and I took a dishcloth, put them in there, and wrung the juices out of them. So I'm going to add that into it. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of lemon pepper again. A little bit of lemon juice, let's say like 1/4 of a cup. Just enough to make it creamy. And then I'm going to add a good 2 full tablespoons of dried mint into this. Mix all of that up. You're going to have some amazing tzatziki sauce for you when you get back. Okay, food family, the twice baked potatoes are done. They're done 2 different ways: Impossible beef burger and also hamburger. We've done it in an amazing way. We've gone around the culture with all the different spices, and we've come back home with this cool, creamy cucumber tzatziki sauce. You're going to love this recipe. Join me next time when I bring you more of this Oklahoma soul.